So if you've ever wanted to turn your life's moments into a legacy that actually cuts through all the online noise, you are definitely in the right place. Here is our roadmap for today. We're looking at 5 steps: finding your story, structuring the arc, finding your authentic voice, mastering showing versus telling, and we'll wrap up with ethics and iteration. So, step 1, finding your story by really digging into your lived experience. You've got to recognize that your day-to-day life is a total goldmine for source material. We all kind of tend to think our lives are too ordinary, right? But whether we're talking about a super joyous childhood memory, a tough lesson learned through hardship, or celebrating your culture, those deeply personal moments are the actual foundation of the best, most relatable content out there. But first, you have to ask yourself a huge question. Why is this story important to me? It sounds so simple, but your honest answer here is what guides your whole narrative toward a theme that actually matters. Let's say you're making an explainer on how to cook your grandmother's recipe. At first glance, sure, it's a cooking tutorial, but asking why might reveal that the project isn't really about food at all. It's about preserving your family's heritage after a major loss. When you pivot to focus on that deeper psychological why, it totally transforms the piece from a basic tutorial into this highly emotional journey. That motivation becomes the engine for the whole project. To actually uncover that deeper why, we follow a 3-step process: identity mapping, journaling, and finding the theme. Mapping out your identity is, well, it's like taking an inventory of your soul. Say you're a first-generation college student, and you're also a classical musician. By journaling specifically about the intersection of those two worlds, you start unearthing these amazing narrative gems. What theme emerges there? Maybe it's the intense pressure of living up to family expectations while chasing a really unconventional career path. Once you map those traits out and journal about the friction between them, your core theme naturally bubbles to the surface, giving you a really specific, powerful angle. All right, moving on to step 2, structuring the arc and giving shape to your anecdote. Because here's the thing, even the most intensely personal anecdotes need a solid structural framework to keep people watching. A collection of memories is not a story until it has a shape. By pacing your arc across a visual timeline, say a 10-minute structure, you're making sure your central message lands exactly when it needs to. Let's go back to that grandmother's recipe example. Minute 1, that's your exposition. You're setting the scene, showing us the chaotic kitchen, explaining why this recipe matters. Minute 3 hits, and we need some rising action. Maybe you realize you're missing an ingredient, or the dough just isn't coming together, which totally mirrors that internal frustration of feeling disconnected from your heritage. Then, minute 7 is the climax, the absolute breakthrough where you nailed the taste, or maybe the emotional low point where you just really miss her. Finally, by minute 10, you ease us into the conclusion where the ultimate lesson about carrying on her legacy is revealed. It's a classic chronological framework for a reason. It holds human attention flawlessly. Next up is step 3, authentic voice and capturing your unique character. We're moving into the scripting phase now. And honestly, the authenticity of a first-person voice is exactly what makes an audience trust you from the jump. You need to write and narrate in a style that sounds like you. Do not sand away your distinct quirks. Seriously, this is absolutely crucial. You want to practice and refine your delivery, sure, but never at the expense of what makes you, well, you. If you use certain regional slang, keep it. If you talk fast and use your hands, or if you're slow and methodical, lean into it entirely. So many creators try to put on this super polished, generic news anchor voice because they think it sounds professional. Actually, scratch that. Audiences crave raw authenticity. They want to hear the pauses, the breathing, your specific inflections. They want the real you, not the sanitized PR version. Which brings us to step 4, the golden rule of showing versus telling, but adapted for modern creators by painting with multimedia. We're taking that authentic script and elevating it into a cohesive, multimedia self-portrait. Relying entirely on spoken words to explain a mood is telling. And hey, that's fine, but integrating personal photos, videos, and killer music, that's showing, and it enriches the story so much more. Let me give you a concrete example. Telling is just saying in your voiceover, I felt incredibly lonely when I moved to a new city. Showing is playing some soft, melancholic music over a clip of a really busy street. Everyone is walking together, but you are standing completely still in the center of the frame. You drop the color saturation, maybe mix in the sound of muffled traffic. You literally don't even have to say the word lonely. The audience feels that isolation in their bones because of how you orchestrated the media. And that leads us into our 5th and final step, ethics and iteration, the final polish. Because with storytelling power comes a whole lot of responsibility. Just because a story is deeply personal doesn't mean it skips the ethical check. You need to run your project through a quick ethics check. Be truthful and considerate, respect your boundaries, respect others' privacy, and strive for accurate representation. Before you ever hit export, ask the hard questions. Are you being truthful? I know it is incredibly tempting to exaggerate a story just to farm some views or engagement, but resisting that urge is what actually builds long-term trust. Also, are you respecting your own boundaries about what lives on the internet forever? And what about other people? If your story features a friend's lowest moment, did you get their explicit permission to share it, or do you need to anonymize them? Striving for accurate representation means you're creating with absolute integrity. Then there's iteration, the essential process of revising, re-recording, rewriting, or re-editing based on feedback. Great digital stories are almost never one and done, so don't freak out if your first draft is clunky or the audio is weird. Iteration is the secret sauce here. A great concrete example of this? Just step away from your editing timeline for 24 hours. Get some fresh eyes on it. Or send an unlisted link to a friend and ask for brutally honest feedback. It's this cycle of tiny, deliberate tweaks that turns a rough draft into a compelling, polished powerhouse. As the source text reminds us, telling your own story is not only an exercise in creativity, but also an agency. It is you asserting your voice and experiences in the digital landscape. Sharing your quiet reflections or the vital lessons you've learned through the hard stuff is such a powerful way to assert your presence online. In a digital world completely flooded with algorithmic noise, your authentic lived experience is your signature. Nobody else can replicate it.